Hey, I'm Devon Francis. I'm a chef at Appétit. When I'm out working, I love to get together in the kitchen with friends who love to cook. Being in the kitchen is a great way to share knowledge among friends, figure out tips, how to make things better, how to maximize flavor. So today I'm so excited to invite Dan Pelosi and Marisel Salazar into the kitchen so we can cook together. I cannot wait to share what they're making. Hi, sweetie.
Good to see you.
I'm so happy that you both were able to make it.
Of course.
But the question is, what are we making today?
We are going to make my Sunday night chicken, cheese, and green chile tamales.
I'm making my version of pizza night, which means we're making calzone.
Okay, well, let's go to the kitchen, yeah?
Let's go.
Okay, let's do it.
We are making my tamales. The way that I do it is not exactly traditional in the sense that I'm using tin foil rather than these corn husks. That's how I grew up making American tamales. Like, I grew up all over the world, Devon, and we didn't have access to corn husks. So what did we do? We used tin foil. Super available, very accessible.
Okay, so what's the first step?
Bueno, el primer paso, we are going to whip our lard. Usually, whip it by hand, so it's definitely gonna take a little bit of elbow grease, no pun intended.
You know that we can use the KitchenAid stand mixer to whip the lard, right? It'll save so much time.
Actually, that sounds amazing. Could we please do that? Look at this rose color. Isn't she pretty?
It's fab, and also there are tons of colors to choose from. I myself identify as a bird of paradise.
Yeah, you do.
The bird of paradise color is actually just like my shirt color.
Oh, stop.
It's perfect. It fits my personality very well. So.
Okay, so now that we have this stand mixer, we're gonna whip our lard. So I am going to lock this bad boy. We're gonna do this on medium-high to start because what we want to do, we wanna get this to that frosting meringue consistency so that it forms soft peaks. We're gonna lock this up, set this right now on medium to low while we go make our broth. The reason that we're adding broth to the lard is to give it some flavor, a little bit of umami, and color. Since we're using white corn flour, you don't want a pale looking tamal. We have some chicken broth here, so what we're gonna do is add baking powder, a little bit of salt, just a little bit of salt, and then sazon. So you can see this is super deep pigmented. This is because of the achiote or annatto, and then just give it a little whisk. Boom, add that in. There we go. Devon, I need you to swap out the wire whip attachment for this flat beater. So if you may.
100%.
Let's put it on low so we don't have this bouncing back in our face. And just a little bit by little bit.
This is kind of like the glue that's kind of bringing everything together that we have in our mixer so far.
Exactly. You see how that's already incorporating so beautifully? Again, if I was doing this by hand, we would be here for a while, but we have eating to do. This is looking pretty good. So let's make our filling. I need a knife and fork because we have to shred this chicken.
I feel like to make it easier, fun trick is you can actually just do it in the KitchenAid stand mixer.
Is this seriously gonna work?
Oh, you just wait.
Oh my gosh, I've never done this before. Okay, like this?
Yeah, just lock it in.
Give that a lock for sure.
All right, come on.
Look at that.
This is literally
So the only question is, what texture do you want out of it? Is it
We're done, this is great.
Yeah? Okay.
Yes.
Wow,
Perfect.
that was so quick.
Okay, now that it took 0.2 seconds to shred our chicken, we can now move on to making our green chile sauce. What I've actually done here is I've taken our gorgeous tomatillos, I've blanched them for about 20 minutes. We also have a quartered onion and some serranos. So we're gonna pour this. I'm adding in 3 garlic cloves because life is bland without garlic. We need it. So we have our cilantro. I love cilantro. A little bit of salt. These are some peppers that I've already roasted. There we go. Okay, alrighty. Let's pour that in. And we're actually gonna reserve a little bit of this to drizzle on top of our tamales. There we go. Good. So we are going to set this aside and let's whip out our masa.
Yep.
Usually I use about 2 tablespoons of masa per tamal. So we have our masa in the center. And we're just gonna spread it out a little bit. So this is about 1 to 2 tablespoons of filling, just straight down the center.
Whoa, uh-oh.
Oh, Dan, okay, I will say, Dan, you might have overfilled a little bit.
Classic.
Here's where you just simply roll it over, flatten it, beautiful. I like to fold that lip and then flip it over. So the seal is on the bottom, and now we're gonna roll it up like a candy. And now we need to steam these bad boys. So if you will, reveal the pot, please.
Spa day.
Okay. So we wanna lean our tamales up and have them standing upright, and that will give you the structure for your tamales. Yep, top it.
Can I do it? All right. Love it.
So we're going to check if these are done. So usually around the 30 to 35 minute mark, I like to pop out a tamal and see if it's done. Are you ready for the big reveal?
I am so excited.
Oh my gosh.
Also, if it's good, it's mine.
That.
Oh my God. Look at that.
There we go. Smooth side up, love. And then the way that I like to serve them is with a drizzle of our green chile sauce that we had before. And then this is like my cilantro bay, like flair a little bit. And there she is. Thank you so much, Devon, for being my kitchen aid and making this go so much quicker. But Dan, I cannot wait to see what you're about to make for us.
Are you ready?
Yes, I'm so excited.
So if you're coming to my house, we're gonna have a pizza night, but we're not making pizza, we're making calzones.
It's like a pizza pocket.
Yeah, it's another pocket food.
Okay, yeah, we had my
We're not
pocket
too far
food.
apart in our ideas.
I love.
So the first thing we're gonna do is make the dough. So we're gonna start with some yeast.
We should just bloom the active yeast that you're using in the KitchenAid stand mixer.
Let's do it. Okay. I'm ready. I would normally do this with a whisk, just so that all of these things are mixed, because you have to activate the active yeast. This is about 2 packets. So we'll get that in there, and then the sugar actually helps feed it, which is exciting. So I'm just gonna mix this on low, just really quick. It's a great idea. And we are going to add 3.5 cups of all-purpose flour, a little bit of salt, and about 1/4 cup of olive oil, which is great. And then I'm gonna start slow, and it should take, let's see, I'm guessing it takes like 3 minutes, 4 minutes to just form like a nice shaggy dough.
And at this point, I think that we could probably switch out the flat beater for the dough hook attachment if you'd like. It'll get those gluten chains working in the mixing bowl.
Yeah.
Let's get it.
Okay, so we'll just throw this down. Whoa, I can't do that. I think this feels good. Yeah, look at that. It's smoother.
That looks nice.
Yeah,
It's all one ball.
very well
Gorgeous.
incorporated.
I'm gonna take the dough, let it rest,
Yeah.
60 to 90 minutes, doubled in size, maybe more. And then we're gonna make some sausage. So I actually really love to make my own sausage mixes.
You can essentially do the same thing you're thinking about doing with your hand, but actually do it in the KitchenAid stand mixer.
So 2 pounds of ground pork, grated garlic, some parsley, some oregano, freshly ground fennel.
Ooh.
Then we have paprika,
Love.
some red pepper flakes, and then the final ingredient, which is my favorite, is some red wine vinegar. It just gives you like that depth of flavor and that bite. It's really good. A little black pepper, and then let's start slow. The color is looking really good. Let's stop it for a minute. That could really be it. We're gonna take the meat and make little golf ball sized balls.
Okay.
And then we will toss them into the pan, and they're gonna get nice and brown.
These are crisping up quick.
Yeah, well, we got the pan nice and hot, and so they're getting really brown.
I mean, I love the spice mix. I can smell it all coming through, but I can also tell that it's evenly incorporated because the way that it was mixed, and also it's not gonna maybe overpower that calzone, which is really important. And I think the cool thing about having a really efficient kitchen tool like the stand mixer is that you're actually leveling up the recipes that maybe you had passed down from families.
Absolutely.
It allows you to actually play around in the kitchen more. I think that you're actually just elevating the personal part of it.
This is looking really good. I think it's mostly cooked. So next, we've got some broccoli. So for this, I have just some broccoli that I steamed until it's really nice tender. And what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna give it a really nice chop.
We should definitely do this process in the KitchenAid stand mixer. So all we're gonna do is add this into the bowl. So let's start slow.
Okay, this is perfect.
What's our next step? I'm excited.
We're gonna mix together some cheese.
Okay.
We're gonna toss it all in here, mix it together, shredded mozzarella or mozz, grated parm, ricotta or ragout. We can break up the basil a little bit with our hand so you release that lovely juice. Some salt, some pepper, some red pepper flakes.
What speed am I gonna mix
I don't
that?
know, let's start slow.
Okay.
Right, don't you think?
Yeah,
I mean,
I
start
mean-
slow and then as it gets more incorporated, you go faster. Okay, great. I'm gonna go grab that dough and see how large it's gotten. Hopefully it's doubled at least, maybe larger. Oh, it looks really good.
So we know the yeast worked.
This is so exciting. And you know what's kind of blowing my mind right now as I look at the dough, the sausage, the broccoli, the cheese. We've taken all of these things that I would have never used this lovely KitchenAid stand mixer for and used it to make all of these better, easier. I'm kind of blown away. So what I do is I get it on here and then I'll take this handy tool and we're gonna make 4 big calzones. I'm gonna roll out into about a 10-inch or so circle, and you want the dough to be about 1/4 inch thick. So let's do the cheese first.
Okay.
And then you wanna do sausage next. Do the sausage and then you're gonna do the broccoli. What you're gonna do is you're gonna fold that over and I'm gonna hop in and just quickly show you.
Is this a rolled edge?
You're just gonna roll it, yeah. So you can cut your slits. You're just gonna do 3 little slits, like about 1 inch on the top, just to let a little bit of the steam out so it doesn't like just totally puff up. This is feeling really good. Should we bake?
I would love
Please.
to do that, personally.
So while the calzones are baking, we're gonna make the easiest little marinara sauce. And so we'll just do a quick saute of garlic and onion, a couple pinches of salt, a couple pinches of red pepper, and getting a little bit of color. So I'm gonna go ahead and throw in this gorgeous tomato. And then we have some basil. Okay, so this is really kind of it. Like maybe add a little salt, a little pepper, but it's just really simple.
That looks awesome, Dan.
I'm so excited.
Oh, wow.
All right, I'm gonna plate up this one, and then we'll get the other one out. Gorgeous.
They
Okay.
smell awesome.
It smells incredible, yeah,
Really
for
good.
sure.
I'm excited for tamales.
I'm excited to try your calzones.
And I'm excited to have both because I am starving.
Let's go eat.
Yes.
Oh my
God.
God.
I cannot wait for you both to try these
It
tamales.
smells incredible. I'm so excited.
This looks insanely delicious. I am so excited to try it. I mean, obviously making it is one thing, but actually seeing it finished,
Okay.
this looks so good. Oh my gosh. Oh my God. Phenomenal.
These are not like totally super traditional tamales you might find across Latin America. These are, they're my story. Tradition is a beautiful thing to have a history, but I love the evolution, especially of Latin American cuisine and how we're taking it into the future, especially how diaspora and immigration shapes and contributes to this evolution of what Nuevo Latino cuisine can be.
I think that the best part about being a chef and being able to give tips and advice is to be able to take tradition and actually expand upon it to elevate it, whether it be techniques or ways to just like make, you know, cooking more practical and more enjoyable in the process.
Okay, so I'm already at my last bite, so that means I'm serving my calzone for you.
Thank you.
Oh my gosh, wow.
Thank you, thank you. The texture and the smoothness of sort of how it all came together, it's just perfect. Both of, you know, our experiences today and also with Devon chiming in with all of his tips and his experience, like together we just kind of made it all better.
A part of making food is being able to feel excited about doing it. And I feel like that's inherent in both of your dishes. And it comes from maybe like just spending time with family and also like the stories that you get out of those experiences. I'm just happy that I was able to show you both new techniques, and I hope you take it with you wherever you go.
Thank you.
Thank you, Devon.
I need to finish this calzone, so.
Let's get to work.